This is hard to vote for a World War II strategy game, but you're not here for that. You're here for Hungary. More importantly, you're here for this. Gotterdammerung. Develop prototype technology and weapons to deploy against your enemies. Nice. This video is sponsored by Paradox Interactive and single player new game, and the focus trees are going to be the Congo, Belgium, a remake of Hungary, Austria, but most of all is going to be Germany. And you know it, everyone's going to be playing Germany at the moment, but I'm Feedback Gaming, so I'm going to be playing as the United Kingdom, the nation where I live. And I play games in unconventional ways with exploits and unconventional strategies. Have you ever wondered what it would be like if the United Kingdom had a nuclear program? Well, it kind of does. Well, it does now anyway. But what if it had one in 1940, even before the Americans? What if I could win World War II with just nuclear weapons? But remember, not just any old nuclear weapons. Now we have super nukes, the thermonuclear bomb. When this bomb goes off, it will not be a secret project. Literally everyone will know about it. Put on your goggles, boys. The fallout is here. Before you can go out and play, you've got to do your chores first. So let's just gather up all those divisions, move them here, convert them all to the colonial division. Then we'll go on local autonomy for the colonial division, prioritize it. Factories, we're going to go for the infrastructure. Remember to go into the states map mode here and look for the areas that have the highest infrastructure. Yorkshire, Lancashire, the West Midlands, all the best ones. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and why not Gloucestershire as well. There we go. Infrastructure to civilian factories, just like that. Navy, you know how it works. Just merge that big boy up into a death stack. Air Force, better go from here. Search by type. Shift left click each of them to merge them up. Ignore the ones that are on the carriers though. Oh, there are quite a few planes part of the Air Force of Britain. There we go, merge them up. We've got new national focuses for Britain. That's right. Britain has a soft rework. So first of all, you can obviously see here the MAUD committee. MAUD? Am I saying that right? And you can see it gives you a breakthrough of 75% for nuclear research. Comes a little bit late though. Trust me, we're going to have that research at this point anyway. What's this? The Vickers Experimental Facilities. Okay. Gives you an experimental facility in London, air and rockets. And also, a little bit unrelated to secret weapons, you also have MI6. Literally recruit James Bond. Let's start off with limited rearmament for civilian factories. Yes. The earlier you get the civilian factories, the better it is for your economy. So get them nice and early. Military factories. So we don't need access to tanks. A little bit of AA would be... We seem to be constructing some planes. We'll be making more of those as the game progresses. And then we finish up making all these ships. If it's more than 50% constructed, I'll finish it. Otherwise, need a few trucks and a few trains, and the rest of them go into planes. Planes are going to be important. Ah, you don't say. Okay, are we done now? Is all the boring stuff out of the way? Okay, let's look at the spicy stuff. Bet you're wondering what this icon is. A facility with an unassigned scientist. Assign a scientist to start the basic research or start a special project for the Naval Engineering Facility in Sussex. Boom. So here we have the Naval Engineering Facility, which is right here in Sussex. You can assign a scientist, which in this case he's a surface ship specialist, and over time he will generate breakthroughs. And then breakthroughs can be assigned to technologies where you can actually research the actual special projects. In short, breakthroughs are your currency. Your scientists will always be passively working towards a breakthrough. And then when a breakthrough happens, you can use that as a currency to spend it on a special project. In this case, I've got the option for a cruiser submarine, or a midget submarine, or a torpedo cruiser. See, a lot of these ships are very familiar to you, right? Because these were already in focus trees, but now all nations can research these as a part of a special project. This one's quite spicy. Underway replenishment. In short, it allows you to refuel ships at extreme ranges, meaning ships can have a considerably more range. However, if you look really closely, you can see this number 2 here. This means we need 2 breakthroughs to start researching this. And we currently have none. 0. Not a single one. We have no breakthroughs for any of our special technologies. But you can see here, due to the Naval Engineering Facility and that scientist, we are currently working on 0.1% towards our breakthrough. And when we do generate a breakthrough, we'll be in a position to start one of these special technologies. Can you see this in the left here? Physics. Missing nuclear research facility building. And with this, we do generate breakthroughs to then use as a part of our own little Manhattan project. What would it be called for Britain? We'll call it the Yorkshire Project. I want to see you guys in the comments saying, I support the Yorkshire Project. Or maybe Leeds, the Leeds Project. That sounds awful. Perfect. If you want to access this, you go into research, and it's this one here, experimental facilities. So we only own one facility. If we want to expand into physics and air, which we do at some point, we're going to have to build our experimental facility. How do you do that? Well, you go into construction, and look, they're here. And as you can see, they're unbelievably expensive. So the cost for a civilian factory is 11,000 production cost, and it's about 1,500 for a nuclear facility. Now you can build multiple of these, but there's kind of diminishing returns after about 3 or 4. And as you can see, it says the base cost is 1,200 for the naval engineering facility. Every time you build an additional one, the cost goes up by 5,000. So the first one costs about the cost of a civilian factory, which is not too bad. And then after that, it's kind of going up by 50% every single time, so it gets quite pricey. So this is what we're going to do. We'll spend the very first year building for our economy. Then we'll build our nuclear facilities. However, we're not done yet. Research. Look at the new research we've got right now. And you're thinking, hang on, this looks the same. Apart from this little tab here, what is this? So no regular research tie into special project, and that little tab here will now give you a boost towards a breakthrough. So if you look really closely here, the Bren carrier has the little green lip. Can you see that? Yeah, you see that little tag? And if you looked at the bottom here, all the way, here we go. You see, produces 0.12% daily breakthrough towards land warfare. So now you can focus your regular research to steer towards special projects. For instance, if I go into tanks, you can see, oh yeah, there's loads here too. Oops, some new research down here. Don't look down there though. Also here, look, lots of research. Also anti-air gives a bonus towards air projects. And you can also see that rockets do that as well. Naval as well. And of course, the one we want to be focusing on is this one. See this, the yellow lip? You can see that is all around mechanical computing as well as nuclear research. Let's go. Basic machine tools, construction. Nuclear atomic research will take 1,569 days. 69? Nice. End of the day, this is insanely unproductive to do this. However, I want nuclear tech as early as possible, so let's do this. To top that off as well, we're also going to go for mechanical computing. Because, once again, you see, it gives a bonus towards nuclear research. Very small, but it is an amount. 5 speed. Off we go. We're going to grab more of our planes, G to merge them, and exercise to level 3. Generate a tiny little bit of air XP, which we need because we need to generate a new plane. Because this is a biplane, we want one with a single wing. And King George has died. RIP. So experimental facilities, as you can see, are very expensive. However, if you build infrastructure, you could build them with half the cost and double the construction time. You see West Midlands, Greater London, East Midlands with 100% infrastructure, so therefore they will build at double the speed and half the cost. Save time and money. Also important is home defense, giving 5% war support. Then you can do the little trick by getting partial mobilization as Britain super early. More mobilized means more construction, meaning more opportunity. This. Okay, the ships are built now. We'll make ourselves a very fancy destroyer. Upgrade and add on the Mayo. What Mayo can we get? This gives HP. Nah. This one gives production time. That's what I want to see. The Jack of all trades destroyer. Make an unlimited amount of those. Steady as sugar. Home defense. A civil war. Let's improve relations with the Republicans. And send an attache, which increases our war support to 28%. Nice. Stop improving relations. Now, we can partial mobilization. Now you're thinking, hang on a minute. Stanley Baldwin's going to step down soon and we get Chamberlain, which has less war support. That's okay, because we're about to do home defense, which gives us that war support back, keeping us above 25%, keep us on partial mobilization, super mobilized Britain in 1936. Churchill would be proud. Planes! So, back to that plane again, auto-generate, that'll do, and add a turret on, and the Mayo, 13 XP. There we go. It is our Spitfire. Well, kind of, not really, but kind of. I guess this would be a Hawker Hurricane, I suppose. And we'll go with that icon. Yes. We don't need to make it because we can just convert this one. There we go. Now you're on partial mobilization. You're producing more fuel. It's kind of a byproduct. You see that? Fuel from oil, oil from fuel. In this case, now we can exercise our fleet to get to level 3 and therefore not drain all of our fuel immediately. Home defense is done. Next up, what do? the shadow scheme. Better do this one early because you need more than 5% world tension. And when it drops below 5% world tension, which quite often does, you'll not be able to go for that focus again until later in the game. So do this one now, and then you can pop back. End of the day, we're going to go encourage colonial elite regardless. All right, let's select an army guy. Defense or attack? You know Britain's on the defensive to begin with, so that's what we're going to go for. Computing is beginning. Intel inside. We can either go for computer machine now, or we can go for radar, which will give us that bonus to nuclear research. If you go into research now and experimental projects, you can see now physics now is ticking. 0.12% of atomic research daily. It's not a lot, but it'll add up when we have the nuclear facility, which I think at this point we can actually start thinking about it. Yeah, let's build it in London. Not the Manhattan project, it is the Westminster project. And pop that one right below there. Still making the civilian factories, but build it underneath, intertwined with our existing construction. Here's a little pro tip. If you want to research a certain MIO bonus, like this one, 5% production output, that's awesome. Work backwards. So you can see here with the lines here going above there. So you go that one, and you can see that one, and then you can go that one. If you do them in reverse, it'll just pick the next one in the list. So this one is a no, this one's a no, then we'll go for this one. It'll do it in the reverse order. Pro tip. Next up, we need range improvements. We need to make our planes better, and range is going to be a really easy way of doing that. Do it. And also, adding it to the MIO for the Supermarine is going to be really helpful too. When you realize you've just actually made the carrier-based version. Whoops. It builds ever so slowly. To be completed on the 26th of February, 1937. Soon. Anyway, colonial elite. Apparently it's a big deal. Get those colonial elites. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. We have some new decisions for Britain. So home defense now unlocks enforced national blackouts, which means you lose stability and political power, but you become significantly less vulnerable to bombs, and also you counteract some of the war support lost from bombing, which is kind of cool. AI will take advantage of this, so Britain is now harder to invade. Also, you get local militias. Britain now has access to militias. Has to be at war though, and probably best to go for this when you're actually being invaded. Chief of the Air Force, night operations. That sounds pretty good. It's a standard game, Ahoy 4 guys. Do the normal research. You know what to do. Disperse too. Supermarine. So, production or stats. I think agility is the win there. Agility, speed, agility, defense. And the right side is range. I just realized that Supermarine now is only for carrier-based planes. What? Am I going mad? Has this been a recent change? Yeah, so this is only affecting carrier-based planes, all small and carrier-based planes. This does not affect regular aircraft. So I actually have inadvertently done the right thing here by doing carrier-based Spitfires. Wow, I've discovered a new meta. Accidentally. Yes, that was all part of the plan. I deliberately did that. Yes, something that everyone forgets to do. Carrier-based aircraft, exercise until level 3, and also fill up the carriers with carrier-based planes. Trust me, everyone forgets to do that. Encourage the colonial elite, but get this as well. You see this? Give refuge to German scientists, and look at what that does. Not only does it give research, but it also gives special project speed. Yes. I feel like this was an old build I did a long time ago, but research stacking for Britain is back, baby. Available! Special Project Sussex Naval Engineering Facility. We have got our very first breakthrough. So what do you want to do? Do you want to go for a torpedo cruiser? Do you want to go for midget submarine? Midget submarine? That's not politically correct. It's a short submarine. Okay, we'll go for the super heavy battleship. Will we ever make one? Probably not. However, it doesn't actually have any upfront cost to research this. No, there's no upfront cost. Sometimes they require equipment that you have to designate for this. Oh, actually, no, I was wrong. I'm totally wrong. It's needing 6 tungsten, 12 steel, and 6 chromium. So it is eating into it. It didn't actually say that at the front of the screen, though. Did not give me any indication that it was going to eat my resources. All right, what is this? Can you see that? A nuclear facility in London. We click on it, we immediately look at what special projects we can research, but we have no breakthroughs. So all we have to do is select a scientist. In this case, we've got a choice between these two guys. Be aware of the skill level they're at. Higher skill level means they'll generate breakthroughs faster. In this case, we have James Chadwick with a Chad, or Cockcraft. Cool. What do you want, guys? The Chad or the Cock? Choose. It doesn't matter because their skill levels are exactly the same. We assign it. He's generating breakthroughs. When we get our very first breakthrough, we can research. However, these breakthroughs are kind of pointless because you can't research any of these until you've got the initial technology of atomic research. Look, it requires atomic research. This one requires construction 4. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. So a lot of them are locked behind technologies, standard technologies that are kind of further in the game. But look at these ones. Tube alloys, commercial nuclear reactor, nuclear engines, high explosive research, the thermonuclear bomb, and nuclear warheads. The MRBM, which is a medium-range nuclear cruise missile. We're going to go for free trade because that gives us a research bonus. So we're going to go for excavation techs to gain more resources. The resources we lose, we kind of gain them back. MI6? Yep. Yeah, why not? New notification. Project alliteration completed. So now we have to make a decision because as this is being developed and engineered, we have to select how it has to be built. We're going to go for heavy guns. We're going to focus on speed. I'll focus on light guns. I think we would do a light gun super heavy battleship. Why not? Next up, free trade. Boom. You can see we'll lose all our resources now. Oh, we still have a bit left. On top of that, what we can do if we want to generate the most construction bonus is we can sell things on the international market because the economy capacity surplus gives construction speed. I really hate saying that. It's a tongue twister. What I'm going to do is delete most of my planes because most of these we're not even going to use anyway because we're going to use the most state-of-the-art planes. Then we're going to sell the old guns and artillery. Do you know what? I'm just going to sell everything. The only thing I don't want to sell is the IC Gladiators, my best of the best. 800 of those, and then the max of everything else. Because I'm Britain and my market is absolutely massive, I can add that to the market now. And look, everyone wants to buy our goods. The Dutch do, and so do the Belgians. South Africa and Portugal. You get the idea. Okay, these pop-ups are getting a bit annoying now, so what I'm going to do is just go into here, market options, and auto accept. Buy! Oh my god, look at the buy list. This is a big advantage for democracies because they immediately are in most people's markets if they're either a neutral market or a democratic market. So the list of potential buy orders is massive. And you can see we're gaining economic surplus bonus, which is fantastic. On top of that offers, we're gaining a construction bonus. Do you know what? I want a new nuclear research facility, and I'm going to build it right on my back door, right here. Boom. In Yorkshire. This is the Doncaster project. We also invented MI6, so now we have a agency. We could go for a few bonuses, but we'll hold off for the time being because we need the civilian production. We've encouraged colonial elite, and now we can start working down the generic bonuses for our industry. Darwin Baldwin has resigned, and now we have the Great Appeaser, which loses war support, but we're still within 25% of our war support, so we're still doing totally okay. Next up, let's research ahead of time. So computer machine for the research bonus, plus it gives breakthrough bonus for nuclear research. Go, go, go. Top that off as well. Refuge for Italian scientists. Let's do this. Now you can look at all the bonuses we've got. Stacking them up. 34% bonus for a colonial elite, free trade, refuge for scientists, and also all the computing technologies. Nice. The federal state of Austria breaks the treaty. Do we embargo them? Yeah, why not? Will it really matter? Wouldn't it just be better to embargo Germany? But no, you can't do that because you need to have generated 15 world tension. Clearly, Austria has generated 15 world tension. How? What have they even done? Breaking them treaties, eh? Okay, we can do general rearmament, which reduces consumer goods by 15%. British austerity. Another nuclear research facility. So I said the sweet spot's about 4 of them. Any more than you get kind of diminished returns. In this case, we'll go for one also in the West Midlands. Guess we'll call this one the Birmingham project. And then another one we'll build in just outside Leicester. The Nottingham project. Okay, there we go. That's all 4 of them. That's all we need. Meanwhile, we now have more economic capacity surplus than we can spend, meaning we're banking it, which we'll use it for a rainy day. But that means we're building things significantly quicker too. Also new, look, transport planes. We have now updated versions. So we have Transport 1, Transport 2, and Transport 3, which the biggest bonus is you get more range. So now you can power drop from significantly further distances. Don't usually do this, but photo reconnaissance. France would like to join the Allies. Yes. 6 military factories. Oh, I don't mind if I do. Silent workhorse, get that political power. Then we'll get more recruited pop. Then we can go for electronics concern for research bonus. All right, they're still developing the super heavy battleship. What do you want to focus on? Armor and HP, anti-air capabilities, or anti-torpedo. Then we'll go for the HP and armor. All right, the Yorkshire project is done. Mr. Cockcroft, you're up. And he is generating now more breakthrough. He's gaining XP too. But as he levels up, he'll generate more breakthroughs overall. There we go. The super heavy battleship for Britain. You know, we might as well just build it, right? Just put all this love into building this. We might as well construct it. It's impressive. It's amazing. But it's beyond the limit of the maximum weight limit. So unfortunately, it's not actually buildable. It breaches the treaties. Okay, well, we'll make the design, and then if the treaty somehow falls apart, we'll build it. I felt a little bit anticlimactic. Sorry about that, guys. All right, we have a first physics breakthrough. Just the one. When we have the atomic project research, then we'll actually be able to start doing the projects. Belgians have removed their guarantees. We were guaranteeing Belgium, and now we are not. They're like, we don't want to be a part of this war. How's that going to go for you? Another episode of I don't usually do this. Should we make a super long-range spy plane? We'll assign just 1 million to it and then just build it incredibly slowly. It's a very expensive spy plane. But the beauty of this is we get to gather intelligence. Intelligence is very important for doing raids. You see these dams here? Ooh. Can you see this here? Attack land warfare facility. Or attack the Kiel canal locks. Let's work on radar. This radar will give us a bonus towards nuclear tech breakthrough. I still think that maybe 4 experimental facilities might be actually too much, but you know what? I don't care. We're having fun experimenting, right? Let's go for the air technologies. Air rearmament. Air rearmament. Followed by fighter command. A new nuclear facility. However, we've run out of scientists, so we have to recruit a new one, which does cost us some political power. 100 political power. So Colin, Mr. Steele, because we have more than 2 spies, it is going to cost us 100 political power. But now we are generating more breakthrough points. We have 2. I'm starting to think that maybe more than 3 facilities is too much. We'll shove that to the bottom. And then we'll start building some more mills. Spies. I spy with my little eye. Something going off in Germany. And we actually have the range for that, surprisingly. And do air recon. There we go. We actually have the range for that. Oh my god, look at the range. Look at the circle. We definitely do have the range. And if you don't really know much about spy planes, they gain air recon. It's basically the same thing a spy does on the ground. If you were to go into Intel Ledger for Germany and hover over here, you can see here. Can you see that? Air recon, 0.5%, 6%, 7%, 8%. Basically, more intelligence. Now, more intelligence is important because later in the game, we're going to be taking advantage of that with some of our raids. You'll see. Now, if you've done fighter command, why not make the planes even cheaper? And also an option for jet aircraft, which we'll learn later in the game. Oh, got to do some of the basic technologies, artillery, and the basic weapons and equipment. This guy's going to come in handy. Can you see him? Quartermaster General. One of those advisors you probably don't even look at very often because you didn't even really understand the bonuses or what they meant or even was worthwhile to you. Well, now it's important. Look at that. Nuclear reactor construction speed. Plus 15%. Nuclear reactor is very expensive, so getting the cost down is going to be big. Also, we're going to start upgrading our spy agency. You get 5 upgrades, and you'll be given +1 spy. So I'll do that now. The Munich conference. Well, this hasn't changed. Betrayal. Time to do a little bit of cryptology and decipher heavy machine guns. Does the AI single-player meta plane still hold up? This is it. Does it still hold up? Well, we're going to find out. Upgrade. The Germans would be concerned, wouldn't they? So many British planes flying over German territory. And you can see the bonus we're getting now is maxed out at 15%. Actually, no, it's still going up. 16%? Okay. We see more. So for whatever reason, the Spanish Civil War ended early and you didn't have enough war support and you'd have to drop down from partial mode down to early. You don't want to do that. So what I'd recommend is go to China and send an attaché to them. But because the Spanish Civil War lasted so long as it did, good, we don't need to. More political power for me. More fancy aircraft? Yeah. Where do we build it though? One of these zones. Yeah, the Gloucester. The Bristol project. This is really good for Britain because you've got access to a lot of special projects for air. In this case, you can see radar gives you some here. And you've also got the jets down here as well. So free breakthroughs. Become the Spy Master. Are there any other major powers? Oh yeah, of course, France and the Allies. And then another one. Who would the other major power be in the Allies? Is it going to be the Raj or Australia or Canada? Regardless, we've got +2. Guaranteeing Polish sovereignty. I am so glad they added an event for this. Because how many times have you forgotten to guarantee Poland? How many times? How many times? Every single game. Yep, that's right. Every single game I forget. All right, let's split off the boys and send them to their designated front lines. In this case, we're going to need someone here, need someone here, one here, one here. And the rest can go on this front line. Cut that off. Bold attack. Proper heritage to get more XP for leaders. That was a recent change. And logistical focus to reduce supply. All right, everyone, off you go. My air special project building is done. And we can now assign a scientist. Got a few options. We have bright. Special project speed. He's good at jets, aircraft, a gifted engineer, an electronics specialist, which is good for radar. It all depends on what we're going to go for, really, isn't it? We'll go for this guy. Then we can select a special project. In this case, we can go for the helicopter. We also got the bouncing bomb, Earthshaker bomb, intercontinental bomber, the mothership aircraft, the jet engine, another jet engine, another jet engine, flying bomb, and also ballistic aircraft and rocketry. Not so much interested in the jets, but I am interested in the missiles. Has researched experimental rockets. That means I need this. Improved guidance. Rocket-propelled bombs. Heavy rocket-propelled bombs. Dual chamber rocket engines. Something to work towards. Connect up the roads. There we go. Spies and also spy aircraft. Meanwhile, nuclear tech. 165 days left. Soon. Okay, more radar. Because it gives breakthroughs. And then we build the radar as well. Right here. And then do we build another one in Malta? Why not? Incoming raid! So they're going to raid our naval facility with a 55% chance of repelling the attack. And this is the Italians. I guess we know they're planning it in advance. Is it something we really care about, though? Not so much, because it's our naval facility, which we don't really care that much about anyway. Australia, we need divisions. 13 of them. Something Britain has the facility to do, just pull divisions from anywhere. And you guys can go. Bit of navy prep here. Merge up the destroyers. Pull off the submarines. The submarines can be on a different admiral. And they can start immediately convoy raiding. Pop that off as well. We have an upgrade now for a bigger engine. Ah, the Sea Gladiator Mark 5, 6, 7. And with that, now they have a bigger engine, so now we can pop on the biggest machine guns and top it off as well. Pop on the heavy MG. And also self-sealing for the extra defense. Honestly, I think for when it comes down to cost effectiveness versus the AI, this is the best fighter in the game. The next fighter design unlocks a slot, so you can make it a fighter bomber, which is very helpful too. And also having range on this could be useful if that's what you're going to be focusing on. I'm not going to be focusing on range though. Upgrade. All right, time to build some mills. Just a handful, not that many. Let's not go crazy. Go on the market and pull off the trucks. No one seems to be buying them anyway. And also we're behind on trains, so we'll go on the market and pull those ones off as well. No one seems to be buying those either. And welcome to World War II. I'm going to convoy raid the Mediterranean. Split that into two, break them off, and always engage. This is where we lose all of our fuel. Poland can join the Allies. This is where we spend a lot of political power. Yes. We'll go for total mobilization, extensive conscription, and go for the infantry expert. We will engage and start attacking immediately. Start looking on rocket technology. Why not? And we could drop the bomb, but then at the same time, we could also fire the bomb. Why not fire it safely from home? And in the meantime, what we'll do is just make a large airframe with bombs and then extra fuel tanks. Basically, impressive range. That'll do. Very expensive, but we're not going to be making many of those anyway. Yeah, we'll just assign a single mill to that. Just so we've got some bombers that can be used to drop bombs or a bomb. A bomb? Ooh, foreshadowing. What's really sad about the British focus tree is when you're actually at war with Germany, there's no actual focuses about the war. There's like these 4 here, and then that's pretty much it. Expand the radar. I'm waiting for Italy to join the war here. You're about to lose all your African possessions in a very, very quick swoop. The Shadow scheme factories have been activated. Now we're low on aluminium, and we're also low on rubber. Poland, no! A Polish fighter pilot has arrived in our country. Wishes to join our air force. Ace generation plus 5%. Oh, okay. Also, I think we've run out of convoys, so you have to pull those off the market. And this is the division we've gone with. It's not spectacular, but it does what we need to do for now. Hold a little bit of ground, gain a little bit of ground, a little bit of both. It's the question you're going to ask. Why don't you defend France? Because I just think it's more challenging if Germany goes on a bit of a bulldozer through Europe. I'm going to let Germany reach its full potential. I want to defeat Freezer in his final form. Also, a bunch of new decisions. So Blackouts we talked about earlier. We also talked about militia. And there's also this one too. Promote the Blitz Spirit, which reduces consumer goods, gives war support, and reduces war support when bombing. Why not? The Battle of Britain has not begun, but I'm still going to take advantage of that. Also, this is a free button. You guys have heard about this? The Joint British-Polish Exercises. You can do this with any nation in exile, and it just spend command power, and you gain a bunch of XP for free. Well and truly, it is a freebie. Focus on my air, and of course, we'll go for strategic destruction. Oh yeah, there's going to be some destruction in this video. Trust me. Also, the Joint Ethiopian British Exercises. 25 command power for loads of XP. Yeah, of course. Why not? Also, the most important part of the video, 11 days until atomic research begins. It starts, gentlemen. Meanwhile, Italy is very reluctant to join this war because I don't think they feel like they're prepared. A massive supercharged British fleet in the Med, and also all the front lines are covered by the Brits too, with big gaps in the front line too. Yeah, they are not ready for this. Atomic research! Oh. So, from 1936 until about, let's say 1940, even though we're right at the end of 1939, this is how long it took. Now we're in a position where we can actually do the proper research. Experimental facilities, and we're going to go for the very, very top, Mr. Chad, and he's going to research tube alloys. So it's going to consume these resources, tungsten, steel, and chromium, and it will turn that special facility into the first nuclear reactor. It will take 739 days. So it's still going to take a little while to get there. But this is technically the first nuclear reactor technology, which is technically would have been the second research as a part of the old system. However, there is many opportunities to keep this time down by selecting different research options. So off we go. So different options will pop up into here as time progresses, and we'll give an option to reduce that time overall. But we are still generating breakthroughs, and we have 4 of them banked. Hence the reason why there's diminished returns when you get more than 4 or 5 different experimental facilities. I do think it's kind of funny that British austerity becomes the Blitz spirit. It's a British person. That's a cool joke. Literally just a joke for British people, though. So Germany follows the normal historical path now. Before they did Poland, they immediately go around them, as you know. But now they will do Denmark and Norway and then go into France. It's so weird that the game's been out like 5-6 years now, and that problem has only just been fixed. It took a while, but we got there. We have deciphered Enigma in 1940. Was that earlier than normal? I think it was, yeah. Significantly earlier than normal. Okay, Intel into Germany. Let's check it out. Now we're maxed out our Intel network at 30%. Oh, it actually can go up to 39% now. And also we have air reconnaissance at 25% up to maximum 30. As you can see, the potential for me to see inside of Germany now is a lot higher than normal, which, as I mentioned earlier, a bit of a foreshadowing moment that we will take advantage of that later on. You'll see. Germany has declared war on Norway and Denmark. And then Denmark immediately surrenders. Here we go. An option here to develop our nuclear tech. So isotope separation facilities. In order to supply our reactors with nuclear fuel, we need to decide on the process of separating the useful isotopes of uranium from the rest. There are a number of proposals for separation of facilities, but the 2 frontrunners are gaseous and trendifugal. Let's all pretend that I said that correctly. Yes, I am dyslexic. Thank you for letting me know. The gaseous is the proven technique, which doesn't do anything. And then this process is more efficient in the long run. So it eats consumer goods of 10% for a year. However, it gives you more 15% progress towards this tech. Of course, that's the no-brainer, isn't it? More progress overall means we research this quicker, but it just tiny eats into our consumer goods just by a tiny amount. Nah, that's nothing. Chamberlain has resigned. Unfortunately, his foreign policy was not very popular. Okay, Germany invading Luxembourg and Belgium and the Netherlands. Okay, we've got a proper war on our hands now. Italy, are you going to join the war? Probably going to join historically. I'll get all the Commonwealth in on this. And that means we're very close to Italy joining the war. God, this just doesn't happen the way it used to, you know. It's kind of weird to see this actually unfold historically. All right, we have our planes now, the big boys. And we are going to help out in the dogfighting in the lowlands. So off we go, lads. Now our planes are absolutely mauling the Air Force of Germany. Look at the ratios here. So that's how many we're shooting down. And that's how many they're shooting down of our planes. So as you can see, the ratios are massively favoring us. That's because the plane design is so unbelievably good. Gee, thanks, Dave. More agility, and then air superiority, and then the bomber defense is going to be really big too. Netherlands has fallen. Belgium. Hold on, lads. Meanwhile, Italy not joined the war yet. Soon. Also, we have another special facility for our nukes. I think we've got a little bit overkill on that one, but it is what it is. Mr. Winston, research breakthroughs. Meanwhile, Belgium getting mauled. France getting absolutely obliterated. And we have an Italy in the war. Okay, initially we're immediately breaking through here. And we have a great opportunity for encirclement against the Italians. I'm going to take that. And at the same time, the opportunity to encircle the Italians here and here as well. So take the opportunity. And then we're obviously going to completely maul them in the Mediterranean. Intercepting convoys, intercepting their ships. and put them always on engage, so we're absolutely going to maul them. Every opportunity we engage, we're going to do maximum damage. There's so much going on right now, I'm in trouble to keep up. Naval refit efficiency and installed aggression. Yes. Yay, France is gone. The Battle of Britain has started. Meanwhile, I still have control of this land. I've never actually pushed through from this side before, so this is really strange to me. But this is a really good situation because, well, once again, I've got West Libya, which I wouldn't usually have. Is this working as intended? I'm not sure. I think this land must have been given to Italy, but then it would have propelled me out of the land, wouldn't it? Anyway, regardless, we're here. Off we go. At the same time, we're pushing in to Ethiopia too. And there's one little thing that's different about Africa. Oh yeah, Belgium Congo. How are they doing? 15 civs and 3 mils. Ooh, the amount of factories you can get as Congo now is absolutely insane. Look at all the resources too. So it becomes a little African nest egg that you can tap into. It gives more of an incentive for Germany to be in Africa. So even if you're in Africa as Germany, will it make much difference? Well, with the supply situation, probably not. Meanwhile, Mediterranean War. We have sunk the pride of the fleet for Italy. We are engaging them in the ocean here. And once again, completely obliterating them. Yeah, that's going massively in my favor. Can also max out the airport here. And also AA. Hit an encirclement here. And do a little encirclement around here. So the strat here is because this is all desert, you've got maximum speed to move on it. Is you just lock them in place and then just keep pushing. And then just at the same time, just kind of whipping around the back to try and make encirclements. It's probably one of the best places in the entire game to make encirclements. You guys like seeing the micro? I thought I'd show a little bit of it. As you can see, we're pushing in here. And Control B to get them on the front line. Yes, 5 speed and 4 speed in battles is not usually the most micro advantageous to be microing. But you know what? I feel like I know the outcomes of these battles before they even finish. So. Okay, Battle of Britain. Do we have planes over us? No, we don't. However, we are still getting good intel. However, we have lost a massive amount of our spy planes. Have they got planes over here? Yep, they are getting shot down though. I guess we'll spread them out. Will that make much difference? Another one of the reasons why you don't make spy planes very often. They get shot down so unbelievably easily. Almost like the AI knows where they are. Is the AI cheating? Maybe. Tube alloys, the reactor design. When trying to design a reactor, we need to choose what material to use for the moderator. This will dictate the design of the entire reactor. We can use heavy water or use graphite, both of which have their pros and cons. So, in short, I already know this one. The nuclear reactor is the best one. The best possible output of nuclear arms. Or you can go for heavy water, which is a cheaper reactor, but doesn't have as much output. Being that you're limited for building slots, particularly as Britain, you are better off going for the graphite nuclear reactors. That's the one we're going to do. You know, I never actually pressed this event before. Operation Catapult. The French fleet has been fallen into the hands of the Vichy France. We cannot allow it to fall into the German hands. They demand the French fleet. They reject the ultimatum to basically attack the French fleet. And it has a potential chance of certain things happening. We lose some democracy for that. Whoops. And that's actually what happened, by the way. In World War II, there was a battle between Vichy France and the British Navy. French fighting the British. History repeating itself. And there we go. We've completely destroyed them and taken the last port here. This area is all locked in. We'll go aggressive. And therefore, we can close all the pockets. There you go. Libya has been liberated. Top it off as well. Ethiopia isn't looking too good either. Okay, we're going to stop selling things on the market now. Market day has unfortunately ended. The shop is closed for today. Meanwhile, the AI is attempting to raid our nuclear facilities, which actually surprisingly is really, really bad. So if you hover over this, you can get like a breakdown on how to reduce the chance of this being a success. So you can add anti-air to the region, which is already maxed out anyway. We can have planes on interception missions, which can increase it by 20% defense, and then also air superiority, which is also maxed out anyway. So the only thing we can really do is interception. So we've got half of these and put them on interception, and then you can see the chance of this being a success now is like 15, 10%, very, very, very low. Top that off as well, where all the areas which have the nuclear facilities will max out anti-air. The one that is working on the atomic project, though, we look really closely, that's under here. This is the one in Greater London. So this is the one we'll focus on. So once again, air superiority, anti-air, and interception missions. So we're doing everything we can, really. Meanwhile, air doctrines. Do them. There you go. One pocket closed. And then we send all the rest of the boys over. Here, here, and here. And these guys are already mopping up as well. When we grab this port, that's it. This area is completely locked out. Now, we could embargo this area. Technically, we already are embargoing this area. They have to go around here for supply reasons. It's a really difficult place for them to supply, so the Italians are in a really difficult position to defend there. Meanwhile, the Battle of Britain is happening, and we are completely demolishing them. Once again, the fighter design is just too damn good. And there we go, the final pocket's closed now. Hold shift, right click, and goodbye, Mussolini. Everyone else, grab off you guys. Front line, control B, off you go. Right, we currently have 5 breakthroughs now for physics and 5 breakthroughs for air. Is there any good air technology we could go for? Other than helicopter? No. The big issue at the start of the game is you tend to find there aren't a lot of tech you can go for until you get the corresponding regular technology before it. So in this case, heavy bombs, we could go for that. Improve large airframes is possibility, but when you go to jet aircraft, it just becomes a little bit more difficult. I suppose it just requires improve small airframe, improve medium airframe. We just need these 2. Okay, so you can get jets a lot earlier now than you could before. I would imagine jets have an improved module as well now, because before there was only one version of a jet, but now there's like a regular jet and like a supersonic jet, so the more necessary improvements over time as well. The Battle of Britain. Destroyers for bases? We don't need destroyers. We have amazing destroyers. And when you do say yes to that, by the way, you lose all of like your overseas territories at the Atlantic, which is bad. And then top that off as well, you also gain some absolutely dreadful destroyers. Some average American destroyers. And I can go for the brilliant British destroyers. This one's locked off. And finish them off. Come on, lads. Everyone join in. There we go. Off you go. Another one. And then the final one is here. And if we can close this mountain port here, then at this point, the Italians are done in Africa. Faster than scheduled. Also, intel for the Italians. I'm curious about this one because I think I've completely... Yes. Okay, look at the fleet now. They have 50 ships total. Most of them are submarines and destroyers. The rest of them are completely annihilated. So one of the amazing things about Italy is you have a decent fleet. However, it's very dated. And in this case, there is no fleet. So any opportunity for them to counterattack is going to be limited. Also, how are they doing for convoys as well? 100 convoys. That's okay. No, it's not amazing, but it's okay. Ah, that's new. So this strait here is locked off. Ah. So it works as a similar strait as Gibraltar and the Suez Canal. That means Italy has full control of this unless you control one of the sides. If you controlled Albania. Oh, it actually highlights the bits that you have to control. There's one here too. There's one here too. Do you know what? I never noticed the bits that it highlights. There you go. We're learning new things, guys, if we play the game. How many hours have I got in the game? Too many. Way too many. Battle of Britain! Once again, there's not really much left of the Axis Air Force here. The AI should pull out their planes early if they see it's not going in their favor, but they kind of hold out for a longer period. Oh, wow. It's actually kind of, now I think about it, it's actually kind of like real life, isn't it? The Germans did outstay their welcome, didn't they? Okay, this is a bit of a weird one, but I'm going to build infrastructure to max out in the entirety of Britain. So what ends up happening is you're not having too many civilian factories. I know you guys in the comments are going to give me grief for that. I like civvies, okay? They're flexible. You can do lots with them. However, in this case, we are going to build nuclear reactors in Britain. So in this case, I'm just going to build the infrastructure ahead of time. And any excess is going to be put into India. And then we can reduce their autonomy and pull resources from India. But I am Britain, aren't I? Actual LARPing as Britain. Okay, we've got max land XP. What we do is hire the theorist, Mr. Montgomery, and then we go grand battle plan. Yeah, that's what we always do. And there we go. Yep, that port has fallen now. And this is the very last remnants of the Italians in Africa. You are done. Africa is Axis free. Well, actually, Vichy France. Okay, well, soon anyway. We're close. Joint exercises. Joint exercises. Joint exercise with maxed naval XP. Okay, so let me just do that. And then we're gonna do some more joint exercises. Once again, this is just a free button that gives free points. There's no reason not to press it. The Norwegian joint exercises. Do it. Spy in prison. Get them out. India has donated fighters. I don't know the context of this, but it's free fires. So we're gonna do the local defense volunteers. 70 days. We also have the cruiser submarine now. Which is, if you're not familiar, is like a long-range submarine. What you can do now is add on fuel tanks. And with that, you can do some insane range. Like 7,000 range of a submarine. That's pretty impressive, right? Germans invading Yugoslavia. They join the Allies. You know what? In the meantime, why don't I send my fighters over? It'd be very annoying for the Germans, wouldn't it? So let's just send a bunch of the boys over. Yeah. Look at the ratio. So in my favor. Yes, that's right, guys. When you play Hearts of Iron 4 a lot, you get really excited about numbers on the screen. Isn't it great? Okay, the Tube Alloys, the first successful nuclear reactor test. Our first nuclear reactor has been successfully tested, proving the feasibility of controlled nuclear fusion. Is it fusion or fission? The breakthrough promises a new era of energy production and potentially much more. Keep this information private or declare it. We gain democracy and political power. Other countries can benefit from this. You gain democracy? Aren't we good? Now we'll keep it classified. Can you see the power of what democracy can do? RXP. I think we've maxed that out now. Yep. There you go. Air doctrines. Completed it, mate. Experimental rockets. Okay. More tech. In this case now, we have the option for the flying bomb, the ballistic missile, the rocket interceptor. So we want to do the ballistic missile, which will then later lead on to the MRBM, which is the medium range ballistic missile. So this is basically the V2 rocket. We do the Tizard mission now, which gives options for radar technology and fighter models and other breakthroughs. So a lot of the old technologies now have added bonuses, which are a lot of to do with the secret weapons. I keep calling them secret weapons, but I feel like the experimental facilities and secret weapons, I don't know, I feel like they're all... Terminology is not one certain terminology, they're all a little bit different. Does that make sense? Is it a secret weapon? Is it a secret project? Is it an experimental facility? I'm just going to call them secret projects. All right, 5 of the best boys. Send them to Greece. Can we max out that airport in Greece? Yeah. We build it in Crete. Oh, lacking range to cover. That's the one downside of these fighters. The carrier-based ones, their range is, quite frankly, terrible. I guess we can build it in the tip of Greece. Never mind, we tried to save Greece, but we couldn't. Once again, the long-term plan is to try and weaken their air force, and we are slowly biting away at them and losing more and more of their planes. If we look at their plane intel now, we can see the total planes that they've got is 802 compared to ours, which is like 1,500. So we're doing incredibly well with that. Meanwhile, our spy planes have unfortunately become useless. Well, now you know never to make spy planes ever again. They're just not very good enough. They need to have significantly more defense to kind of be useful, and they're not very useful. Once again, we'll take advantage of the intel later on for shadowing. Anyway, ballistic missile. Engineers request wind tunnel. Engineers on ballistic missiles project have requested the construction of a supersonic wind tunnel to test scale models of the designs earlier. This would rapidly speed up their iteration process and save resources in the long run. No. Well, yes, we do it. This will increase consumer goods by 5% for a year and it adds 10% progress. Yeah, of course. Of course. Okay, so this is the militia decisions. Great militia, great militia, great militia. And it's all in the event of you've been landed on. You've been sea-lined by Germany. So you can hit these buttons mass amount of times and raise a bunch of militia. I guess that prevents the situation where Germany sea lines and you dealt with an empty Britain because Britain's not left any troops behind. We also do the Home Guard Assistance Act, which reduces recruitable pop but gives us 5% output for 6 months. Yeah, why not? Okay, update. Experimental facilities. Let's check out the Tube Alloys. Sounds like the most anticlimactic technology. We're researching Tube Alloys. Oh, amazing. Anyway, yeah, so 5% was the last update. We're at 78%. We're due to be complete in 128 days, so we are getting there. Yes, progress. Okay, change of plan. What I'm going to do is hold back the spy planes and only start using them when I am about to engage in a raid, which we'll find more about that later. So what I could do is infiltrate the army and infiltrate the navy too. I always forget about these because this gives me a little bit more intelligence. Infiltrate the army. Okay, they've given up on the Battle of Britain. Now it is the Battle of the English Channel. Ballistic missile. Our engineers are debating the guidance systems for the rocket. Some wish to stick with the tested mechanical computer, while others wish to utilize a new radio technology to maintain and monitor the rocket post-launch. Mechanical is reliable, reducing the cost. Radio is the future. Adding extra strap on. I think we'll go with good old reliable. Okay, maxed out radar. And we have the nuclear tech because there's only one of them now. And then we're still working on the final mechanical computer. Let's maxed out that radar. Oh, this was maxed out too. Okay, I guess we maxed that out a while back. I've already built all that. There's something fun we can do. If we wanted to, we could try bombing the Reichstag. I feel like that is a little bit of a war crime. Okay, paradox, letting us do things, all the wrong things. Anyway, so this is what we do. We select the raid. You can see it on the overview map. You select the raid unit. In this case, it's the 8th RAF squadron. Unfortunately, has issues with air defense, agility, and experience. That's right, no experience. And we can tell them to activate this plan from London. And then basically here we have the raid. And we have the option here to have a high risk. It has a 25% of the chance of something going critically wrong. But then this could activate and go through. And you could change the risk. I guess I could reduce the risk to nothing, and then chance of failure is nothing as well. Let's do that. Activate the plan automatically and activate when it has a high chance. It takes a total of 30 days to plan. You can see the operation when it will be activated. To be totally honest with you, I would have been better off exercising the guys to level 3 so I have more of a chance. But we're going to find out the ability of raiding. And the reason why you want to raid the Reichstag is because the Reichstag is actually a physical building on the map now. Can you see this in the bottom left? There you go, the Reichstag. It is adding 5% stability to Germany. And you probably think 5% that's nothing, but in all fairness, that's probably a really good amount to reduce stability by for Germany. Because nukes in the past barely did anything. So reducing by 5% is actually amazing compared to what they used to do, which was nothing. Okay, the chance has gone down now. It's 52% chance. You can see the full breakdown here. So the best factors I can take into account is experience, agility, air defense, reliability, and target information. Now that's the intelligence we were talking about earlier. Intelligence makes a massive impact on our ability to conduct these operations. And if it's a power drop, or in this case just a traditional raid, in this case a basic raid, or in future a nuclear attack, it's all going to work with this system. So get used to this. This is the new normal. Raid is ready to launch. It's prepared, but it will not engage unless it's above 60%. So we'll put it onto medium. Now it will activate the raid, and here he comes. Dun, 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 dun. Boom! It was a success! The Reichstag has been damaged by 0.15 levels, and Reichstag gains a -5% repair speed until fully repaired, so it's a little bit more difficult to repair. The Raiders gain 10% experience. We did lose 50 planes. 50 planes? Oh my goodness. Oof. It's kind of better to make cheap bombers than it is to make expensive ones like the ones I did. And also the war support is plus 2%. So do you know what I realized? In this case, the right bomber we should be making should be something like dirty and cheap, and then non-strategic materials. We are taking a penalty here for the agility and air defense, but overall making it cheaper seems to be the way forward, so I'm just going to do that from now on. Goodbye, Greece. Rip. And I guess the next easiest thing you can do is just exercise those bombers to level 3. And to be totally honest with you, I think with the spy planes, it works exactly the same way. Maybe air defense would make a difference, but overall, I don't want to spend money on spy planes. Many lessons we'll learn today. Okay, let's work on the big bombers. So the big advantage and the more up-to-date bombers is they have more range. So 1,000 range compared to 1,500, and the next one has 2,000, and the next one has 3,000, and the modern one, which is technically the special one, 3,600. And the difference in price between the bigger models is not actually that much difference. So in all fairness, it is worth upgrading the plane itself. Okay, when you need a bit of soft attack, this is how you do it. One artillery battalion, just the one. I know. A lot of people say it's not meta because of the net production costs in combat. No, I agree with that actually, but for if you're just adding the one on against the AI, that's just enough to kind of like give you that little bit of extra bite. Also, we've got level 6, so we can select a policy for our naval guy, and we're going to go on to make it super cheap. Another 10% reduction in cost overall. For some reason you have to upgrade it to make it cheaper. Oh, because it changes the stats to the range, that's why. Okay. And then we produce them, and now they're dirty cheap destroyers. Reducing the cost of a destroyer is so massive because you can just pump them out in mass numbers now. Probably more cost effective to do mass light cruisers, but now we're on destroyers. That's what we're going to stick with. All right, Eastern Front. It's now a thing, and I've just realized the game is running incredibly fast for 1941. I don't usually see this much combat on screen, and it's happening so quickly. There's definitely some performance improvement here, so hey, performance boys, this is your day. Anyway, top it off as well. We realize we've got convoys we need. Oh, we just got another mile upgrade for the destroyers. What is it this time? Sub-detection depth charges. Okay, I don't care too much about that. Meanwhile, India, more like British Raj, more British. All right, let's move the fleet from the Med to surround Norway. Let's finally, well and truly, knock out the German Navy. And we engage them, and there goes some screens. Also going to build more dispersed, get more building slots. Now, this is a really important part of the strategy, and this is just one of those kind of convenience things, make life easier moments. So my advice to you is avoid researching dispersed 4 and 5 or concentrated 4 and 5, whatever path you choose to go for, until later in the game, until you filled out the building slots, because that will unlock a bunch of building slots. Look, building slots for everywhere. But then when you get the nuclear tech, you can just place the nukes, reactors all throughout the country and not have to micromanage by deleting factories to get a building slot, because you need a building slot for an atomic reactor. So my advice is don't build into the UK now until you've got the reactors, and then you can build your civvies on top of that. I suppose what you could do is micromanage it basically, so you could see, like, I don't know, in this case, I can build one in Yorkshire until the slots are full, and you just go through the country and just build them individually one by one. Build 2 there. You can see build 1 there. There's not really many places to build, to be fair, because I've kind of maxed out all the slots. As long as there's one building slot available, that'll be fine. You can see I've pretty much built all of them, to be honest with you. America would like to send us a single convoy. Oh, thank you, America. Appreciate it. Okay, so we have a basic large airframe now. It's not auto-upgraded, which is slightly annoying. Now we got the option to add on the materials, and now we've got a longer range bomber, the Halifax bomber. There's a teardown of the German fleet, eliminating those screens piece by piece. Engage them again, and it's a single convoy, and now it's a noble convoy. Gone. Hey, it's Japan. How's it going? I'm going to help out the Chinese as punishment for declaring war on me. Have some guns. I love it when I just send them all the old guns, all the ones I don't want. America would like to join our faction. America is in the Allies. Now we have the option to do this, even though it's so late it doesn't even matter anymore. We're getting 75% progress for a breakthrough, and also nuclear tech research. So I suppose if you're smart and not like me, who is a big dum-dum, you would kind of wait to this part in the game to then start working on this technology, which you would research it pretty quick and you'd not be wasting research slots. So hey, cost effectiveness, that's the right way of doing it. But I want nukes nice and early. When you have the option here to do joint exercises still, but does it even matter when you've got max the XP out? Do you feel like sometimes you can unlock your doctrines a little bit too quickly in Hoi 4 these days? 2,000 planes. Exercising, ready for battle. Okay, I think we've got too many planes now. Yeah, we need to unlock the next plane tech, because then we've got the extra slot, and with the extra slot, we can turn it into a fighter bomber. You know what's funny is I always very quick to lend-lease China, because I always feel sorry for China. I was getting beaten up by Japan, but I never feel really like eager to lend-lease the Soviet Union. I'm like maintain the bloodbath. I want both sides to equally destroy each other, you know? The Maud Committee and Mexicans want to join the war. Nah. Apparently a raid is happening. A raid. Yeah. 73% chance of repelling it. Yeah, I'll take my odds on that one. Okay, maybe my destruction of the German Air Force has done more damage than I originally thought. Yeah, we've got a naval invasion here. They're pushing a little bit westward here. This was land that they owned to start the war. Doing quite well in Ukraine though. The ballistic missile is done. So what we do now is you can actually just build them. You need to make a launch profile. A rocket site, that's it. And then you just fire them off into Germany, I guess. We don't want to do that though, because they are not very cost effective. What we are going to do next is work on the next secret project. In this case, we're going to find air services. You can filter them, by the way, just clicking them here. It just makes it easier. In this case, we are going to go for the medium range ballistic missile. There's also a surface-to-air missile as well. Anti-air missiles. That's cool. Anyway, MRBM. I guess it's V2 again, isn't it? This will be complete on 400 days. Okay, we have the new plane now. We get to do that one immediately, and that is this one, the Fulmer. And what we do with that is add on a bomber. And we have an opportunity to add something else as well. Do we do a drop tank? No, it's too much. Extra fuel tank? Oh, that's just enough. And this is it. The Fulmer is a fighter bomber with extra range capabilities. Okay. Next, atomic research. Where is it? Commercial nuclear reactor, which unlocks the civilian nuclear reactor, which adds bonuses for the regions that you build it in. Top it off as always, the high explosive research, the nuclear fusion, which allows you to add a single nuclear bomb. That will take approximately 600 days. A high explosive research. Security officers urge that there is need to increase security at the site of the high explosive facility and all surrounding activities. The researchers, with John Cockcroft in the lead, argues that the freedom to move about and communicate is vital to the progress. Increase security, he gains XP. Or don't increase security, he gains XP. Or increase security, and this slows down the research. Okay, we're not going to do it now. United States has landed into Sicily. I think my next step is I'm going to be taking out Vichy France. I'll get the guys in position. Oh, the German fleet has left. And looks like it's got absolutely demolished. Yeah, goodbye, destroyers. Okay, it's time. We can justify on Vichy France. And I will do that. And I'll send both armies as well. Okay, this is a good one. Proximity fuse, because this can be used as a part of artillery. Shock hardened techniques. This increases AA attack, but if you look closely on research too, it also improves ground attack under here. Shock hardened techniques. Proximity fuse. You'd think this would be under land secret weapons, wouldn't it? But it's actually under... There you go, more you know. Reinstate the Netherlands. The Netherlands is back? Oh my god, it is. It's back with one division. I think one Australian division liberated the Netherlands. And now the Netherlands is gone again. They survived. Pop. Now they are gone again. Jan wants to leave the Congo. What? Our ace wants to leave for the Congo. Okay, off he goes. See you later, buddy. Alright. Declare war on Vichy. Clear them out. No micro required. Just a clean sweep. And right-click on ports. There's one there as well. Okay, Germany's got a breakthrough now. Big gains. Oh, banging on the back door of Moscow as well. The Kremlin adds daily command power gain multiplier plus 10%. And they've also got the defense of Moscow. 10% extra defense on core territory. Will it be enough? The MRBM has a new note. A defective relay used for the internal control systems of the rocket was detected while preparing for our test launch. Engineers believe we should replace the relay before carrying on, but concerns are mounting over the political ramifications of the delay. Lose some progress, or there is no delay. Oh, okay, well, why would I pick the one that's got a delay? Okay, I've just realized something that's slowing me down. Whenever I got low on resources, it slows down the progress of the research. So I need to desperately come off free trade export focus, and that way I've got an abundance of extra resources, and then that never happens again, because that is actually hindering my ability to finish these researches, which in all fairness is going a lot slower than my test run. I got nukes in 1941 on my test run, but now I'm severely behind. There we go. The medium range missile is done. Let's have a look. So this is the medium range one, and that's the basic one. Okay, can we put them side by side? No, we can't. So the production cost is 45, 66 for the bigger one. The range is 640 for the short one, but the big one has got 4,000 range. It's kind of a really, really good strategic bomber. Damage it does is 700, while the other one is 550. Cool. That's actually cool. I don't think that's enough to plot a nuke in it, though. I think you have to go bigger than that. I guess there's nothing stopping from building a few medium-range rockets, right? Nah, that's pointless, because I know for certain that you can't put a nuke in that. But can we go for the next technology? So the next one would be the ICBM, and you need nuclear warheads to be researched before you can even do that. Ah, okay. We'll come back to that. We're going to do the British thing now and expand the empire. Not the Middle East? Not a part of British Empire? That's a problem. And then we did it with the secure Iran and then secure Iraq focuses. Oh, and they joined the Japan faction. Seems that France doesn't want to get involved in this little imperialistic detour. That's okay. High explosive research. The prototype bomb has been produced by John Coxcroft team. Making and evaluating and successful tests would improve our progress significantly. On the other hand, we have a nuclear bomb now. So we gain extra progress, or we had a free nuke. You know what? I want the progress. 93%. Only 71 days left. Yeah, I'll get the nukes anyway. It's all good. Am I America or am I Britain? Let's grab some oil. Hubert Pierlot invites us to the Uranium Development Trust. Allows us to build nuclear reactors and facilities 10% faster. Extra research. We get an instant breakthrough. And this is relating to Belgium's focus trip. Okay, cool. Do you know what is funny? It kind of just shows that the Manhattan Project wasn't just like an America thing, you know. It was the brainchild of many different nations working together under the Allies. Oh man, why don't we work together anymore, guys? Damn. Collaboration at an all-time low. Goes the Iran. Guess that's less oil for the Axis, I guess. Just realized too, I don't actually have a dedicated garrison division. That's a big whoops. Yeah, there we go. Argentina would like to join the Allies. Hop on in. Yeah, we can build nuclear reactors now. Where do we build them? Everywhere in Britain. Max infrastructure means we'll build them at lightning speed too, and then if there's any building slots left, we build civilian factories off the back of them. The high explosive research. There we go. We have our very first nuclear bomb. Wow, it took a long time to get there, didn't we? But we got there. +1 nuke. So it would have given us +2 nukes if we went for that other option, slowed down the research. Okay, so physics. We work on the commercial reactor. Well, that's a really good point. Do we want to wait for the commercial reactor finish before we want to build in those areas? Ah, crap. Okay. Maybe I want to wait for the commercial reactors because the commercial reactors are better because they give like a bonus per region, giving more resources. Okay, I am actually going to do that. It's the commercial reactor's not long. No, another 106 days. That's easy. Okay, another nuclear. We've got the green granite. This is a thermonuclear bomb. We also have the warhead. We'll do both. Why not both? We still have 6 breakthroughs left. So, to put it bluntly, yeah, we went way too heavy on the nuclear facilities. I don't think you need more than 2. Yeah, I don't think you need more than 2 of each. Especially if you're teching into it as aggressively as I've done, and I've got so many breakthroughs, so it's kind of pointless. You know, when we get the warhead, we'll get the ICBM. Anyway, now it's time for the fun stuff, right? You want to see nukes. I know you've been waiting for the nukes. Remember, this is the weakest kind of nuke in the game. There's one up from this, so let's just test out the weak nuke. Nuclear bomb, plan a raid into Berlin. Use our best squadron. We have 3 squadrons, surprisingly. Maybe we should exercise all 3 of them. Oh, all of them are really close to being level 3 anyway. There we go. Now, okay, I'll do it again. Nuke. Nuke Berlin. Single nuke. We'll nuke from London. We'll do high risk. A 75% chance of success. A very high chance of a critical failure. And it will take 30 days. Auto launch and enable. And off we go. We're about to drop our very first atomic bomb in 1943. So it's way, way ahead of schedule. To top that off as well, what I'm going to do is use the spy planes to spy on Berlin at the same time. I'm probably going to lose so many spy planes doing this, but it is what it is. And here we go. 93% prepared, 100%. The nuclear strike. Here it comes. Ah! I think it failed. It did. It failed. Mission abort. 75% of the planes have been lost. The nuclear bomb has been lost as well. Well, that was anticlimactic, wasn't it, boys? And we even lose political power with that? It's a very strange thing to lose, political power as well. And we can't nuke this for another year. Well, there's another city not far from Berlin. Oh, but we need a nuclear bomb and we don't have one. Okay, so unfortunately, that was the most anticlimactic run possible. Sorry about that, guys. But we're going to have to wait for the nuclear reactor. And then when that's done, we can make commercial nuclear reactors everywhere. So there's kind of 3 kinds of nuclear reactors. We've got a nuclear reactor, which is just a normal one. It works the way it previously did in previous versions of Hoi 4. Then there's the heavy water version, which is a cheaper one, but it doesn't produce nukes as quickly. It's good if you've got lots of space and not limited on building slots like I do as Britain. And there's a third kind. There's a civilian one. Commercial nuclear reactor, which does 2 things. It's kind of like a nuclear reactor. It produces nukes for you, but then at the same time, on the region it's built, it has a passive bonus within that region, gives you a bunch of bonuses. Last time I checked, it was the same bonuses for a dam. See this bonus here? So it adds max factories per state, extra local resources and local construction. Is that still the case? I'm not sure, but we're going to find out. Well, look at all those American tanks fighting in the mountains of South Italy. And I'm cool to see so many of them as well. Turkey has joined the Allies. We need to be aware there's a new front going to open up here. I'll move the guys there immediately. Build an absolute crap ton of airport. You can see, right, I've got 3,000 planes attached to this army and 3,000 for this army. So right now, the amount of air power right now these guys have got is absolutely massive. Oh, there we go. Look at the amount of planes here. Can we make a push here and see if we can move? Oh, the cast damage. I love it when you get supreme air power and you can just do this. It's just awesome. I could knock out Bulgaria and Romania from here. That would severely hurt their eastern front. And they're actually doing quite well, so... Boom! The commercial nuclear reactor is finished. So now, you can see here we have a nuclear reactor and also a commercial nuclear reactor. So, plan now is to build one of these everywhere. Deja vu, you've already seen this before, right? Again. Also have nuclear engines as well. This is something we're not going to take advantage of, but this allows you to put a nuclear engine inside of one of your ships to gain insane buffs. And once again, fuel usage drops to 0 because you're using a nuclear reactor and not fuel, which is something you never really think about that much, isn't it? It's a kind of a cool benefit. However, it's one of those things where you're going to make it a massive ship in 1944-45. It's like, well, that ship's not going to be complete until 947. So it's like, what's the point of that ship? I don't know. Once again, that's why I love endgame content for the flavor, but man, you feel like you never really get a chance to use it, particularly with the ships. Let's research it anyway. We've got the breakthrough. Why not? Proximity fuse has been done, so this unlocks a bunch of new research. And in this case, we can go for this now, which gives static anti-air damage and anti-air factor. To be fair, this is not really one we want. It's the one after that we need. Look at this. 10% soft attack for support artillery. 20% soft attack for battalions. It's huge. Self-propelled 10% as well. That's massive, isn't it? Huge amounts of soft attack. You know what's kind of funny? It's got so many civilian factories. All of these nuclear reactors are going to finish at the same time. Only apart from 2 on the end that won't finish immediately. It's pretty insane. Industry is so big. There we go. The nuclear reactors have all finished. And what does this actually mean? So you can see now this adds max factories per state by 15%, local available resources plus 10%, and local construction 15%. The construction is kind of useless because you've already kind of built these regions, so it's kind of late. You kind of need to build this first and then build everything on top of it to get the most cost effectiveness. Resources is cool. Max factories is kind of cool, so that means you can build off the back of it. It's not really resulted in that many extra factories though, has it? 3 extra factories? It's not a big difference really. Anyway, but regardless of that, the reason why we did that now is now we're going to be producing 1 nuke every 2 weeks, and the next one is just about to finish. And boom, we can do the variable time fused shells. It's a mouthful. Okay, the next nuke is done. Let's do this. Under 20 days before I can nuke Berlin again. It's been a whole year. There's me thinking I had an opportunity to drop the first nuke in 1943. And 1 whole year later, I still haven't done that. Boom, nuclear strike with a very high chance. The odds are better for me because of target information. Once again, that's what intelligence is doing. And reliability is looking pretty good too. Bombs away. The Congolese is a cloud war on the Congolese state. And is this a war that I'm involved in? I'm not even sure. Yeah, there's a war I'm involved in. Join the Japanese faction, as you do. Back to the main event. And here we go. The second bombing of Berlin. And it's a fail. Oh man, 275% chances to fail in a row? What's the odds of that? Someone in the comments is going to tell me. Again! Mute that. Tweak it. And again! Are we going to get our nuke? Boom! Oh, goodness. I can't believe that was so difficult. 275% chance? For the downstairs, we lost 10% of our planes with that, gained 35% XP, which is huge, by that's an insane amount of XP. And then a nuclear strike landed. So these are all the damage what the nuclear strike did. Now, seeing all this red here, probably thinks, oh man, this is dreadful. But if you look really close, some of these aren't actually that bad. Like, for instance, losing speed and defense is kind of cool if it's a front line, but if it's not in this case, that doesn't really apply. The repair speed modifier is huge too. And then also they lose mass amounts of local construction. So actually fixing this problem that's been caused is actually really hard. And as you can see here, Berlin and this city burns. Also, if I'm correct, there's also this modifier. Oh, that is the nuclear fallout modifier, and it lasts 1 year. So not only are you completely ripping apart the factories, but top it off as well, you're completely decimating the industry for many, well, in this case, a year to come. But you ain't seen nothing yet. We're going to go for this one too. Again, Greater London. Strike. Go. How many nukes we got? We only got 1 more. It says 1 nuke here. 0 reactors. Okay, that confused me for a second. Get this. Another bomb. Off you go. So you can see there's 2 potential raids happening now. The Petra proposal. Oh, this is the one where I give a load of land to Turkey. No. No. Spain has joined the Axis. Anywhere else need to be worried about? Oh, yep. These boys as well. They're going to let us join the war. And we can clear up Africa a second time. Okay, so they're prepared now to engage, but the chance is low. It says it's assembling here. Oh, is it because I'm exercising them? I think it's because I'm exercising them. Yeah, it is. So now they'll be able to activate that plan, right? Launch, waiting for equipment, waiting for a bomb. Oh, okay. This one, waiting to prepare raid. Okay, the previous one didn't allow us to even do the plan until we had the bomb ready, but the other one did. I guess if you've got 1 bomb, you can plan out a few bombings before you activate the plan. All right, here we go. And boom. Regular nuke. Boom. So if you see what I'm doing here, I'm trying to cut off the supply depots from east to west. If I cut them off here, then this should aid the war effort to the east because supplies will struggle to go in that direction. I've hit a few of the crucial supply depots, then I can kind of limit their supplies going eastward. No lie, I think the notifications at the top of the screen now are getting pretty hectic. I don't recall them being this intense. Get a clearer outlook of the damage I'm doing right now. So total factory's damage is 6. So initially the damage I'm going to be doing is going to be quite small in comparison to the total amount of factory output of Germany. But think about this modifier, how slowly they're going to be able to repair all their buildings if I keep hitting them with nuclear fallout. I'm not sure if this is a bug, but I don't think I'm actually gaining that many nukes. It says total nuclear reactors built 0, but it's not taking into account civilian nuclear reactors. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to annex the British Raj, then build regular reactors inside of them and see if that makes a difference of how quick I'm building nukes. At the moment, it doesn't look like I'm producing them very quickly. Well, before in my test run, I feel like I was producing like an absolute crap ton of them. And kaboom. And that appears to reset the nuclear fallout modifier for this specific region. Nuclear warhead has been done. Now, this doesn't really do a great deal because I believe it says it's unlocked this, the blue streak. The basic nuclear medium range missile. Okay, I'm actually totally wrong. I thought this wasn't going to do anything, but it has unlocked a medium range missile. I thought it would keep that to the very end when you get your first ICBM, but I guess not. So the production cost is 800, so they are quite expensive, and they can be used for strategic bombing. Okay, and now we have the ability to go for an ICBM. ICBM, there we go, the big one. This is a super long-range intercontinental missile. Range 14,000. So I could nuke Japan from the UK. Ah, what a great idea, Dave. It's the first time in Hoi 4 where I've actually been low on resources and been like, wow, I kind of really desperately need some more. That doesn't happen very often, does it? Okay, next site to be nuked. Nuke Dresden. Oof. So we've got multiple options there. We have a nuclear strike. We have a nuclear missile strike. Ah, it's different now. And a thermonuclear missile strike. All right, okay, we'll go for a regular nuke because that's the only one we've got at the moment. Nuke, hit with range, 75% chance. Let's go. Well, I don't regret making all those civilian factories now. The amount of resources I have to inject into my economy to keep this going is massive. So, yeah, I'm using those civilian factories that I built. If you want to have the economy to be able to sustain this, hey, you need the civilian factories. Auto launch Dresden has been missed. Okay, it's very anticlimactic when that happens. All right, British Raj is now just British. British. Now we'll build a bunch of nukes. It's easy because we've built the infrastructure really high, which is also pretty good. I'm just going to see if the nuclear reactors produce nukes significantly quicker. So I'm producing nukes like insanely slow. Okay, I think we've completed all the nuclear research. That's right, there isn't any more. Surprisingly, they didn't think to add like a 1940 nuke, for instance, something like a late game, for instance. But no, that's the reason why building more than 3 facilities is not very cost effective. I have 7 breakthroughs right now, and I can't use them because I've got all the tech. I think I also need a rocket launch facility. So I'll delete one of the mills here, and then I build the rocket site here. Oh, we actually do already have building slots here. Whoops. Oh well. I believe this is what you use to fire the intercontinental missiles. Next nuke, move a little bit more eastwards. Got some really experienced nuclear bomber pilots here now. Another one. And then I suppose we can move a little bit westward as well. Hanover. Bomb them. Oh dear. Big push from the Soviets in the north here. What if my supply damaging is what's caused all the damage here? In the center they're holding, but then in the north here they've completely been... Oh, I don't know. Oh, never mind. German counterattack here. Hitting into them easily. They're going to lose a lot of divisions too, so maybe a net loss for them. Now, the nukes aren't really doing a great amount of damage. To be honest with you, the nukes are just kind of tickling them. It's kind of just a war of attrition. I'm basically strategically bombing them, but in just one big bursts. What we're really waiting for is this one, the thermonuclear bomb, which is a bomb that's 3 or 4 times more powerful. It's been researched in Yorkshire as well. I'm so proud of that moment. Yorkshire. All right, more nukes. Now it says we have 9 reactors built. I think I'm at the point where now I just want to literally cover the map in reactors. I've got so much production, there's no reason why not to do this. Building nuclear reactors in Iran in a row. What could possibly go wrong? The nuke hit Hanover. What next? Hamburg? Yes, do it. Do I actually do a nuclear strike though? That's what I want to know, with a rocket. So we have the rocket site based in here. Don't have a rocket as an option here for the airbase. I don't actually see the rocket site. Am I blind? Here. No, I can't see it. I think I broke it. All right, we'll build a few more rocket test sites and just see if we can get one that appears on the map that I can click. Oh, it's here. Oh my goodness, it's so small. But here it is, a rocket test site. Select a rocket. We're going to select a blue streak, and we're going to start planning a nuclear strike. Okay, that's not what I want. How do I do this? So plan a nuclear attack. Nuclear rocket is standing by. The range doesn't show the range. You don't right click yet. Start planning a nuclear strike. I think I need a thermonuclear bomb for this, but the UI doesn't make it very clear. Oh, okay, I did it. I think I was waiting for the nuke to load in. So it says 1 of 1 now, waiting for orders. Okay, so plan a nuclear attack. Nuke from a missile strike. This is the missile. And it's just based on target information and 80% chance of hitting. A critical chance of failing. What does that even mean? Oh, 100% chance. Hang on, if I reduce the risk, it becomes a higher chance. Am I going mad? Okay, so let's just try the very high chance. Right, there's a 100% chance of this happening. Oh, here comes the rocket. And boom! Okay, the rockets are way more effective than the plane bombs. Okay, we're not using the planes anymore. Nuclear strike. Oh my god, I feel so powerful right now. I have become death, destroyer of worlds. And once again, when the risk is lower, the chance is higher. Make it make sense, boys. There's only 14 days to prepare this as well. Oh, the rockets are superior. Love the little guided animation to show it happening. And kaboom! The Belgium Congo's been shrunk. It had a civil war, and as punishment, they've shrunk it. Is that my imagination? Hang on, no, that is the normal size of it, right? No, hang on, no, hang on. That was a part of it, wasn't it? Yeah, it is smaller. No, I was right. You know what? I'm also going to put a rocket test site in Africa as well. Oh, you can build 2. Oh, I guess it has more. Oh, the ICBM is done now. And that's it. That's max tech now, right? So I guess I could, just in the meantime, I'll go for a jet engine just for the sake of it. All right, now we can make ICBMs. The Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. The best missile. The big one. The big one. I produce 3 of those a month. It's so weird making these with conventional production. That's really strange, that. So insane, really. They were just about to lose Berlin as they met a massive snake from the north, and all of a sudden the counterattack encircled the Soviet troops, and now the counterattack is stronger than it's ever been. Germany, strong. Even though they're getting nuked to death, though. Are you telling me that nukes need to be buffed again? Maybe. Anyway, meanwhile, we're working on the big nuke. It's still on its way. 88 days. We're almost there, lads. Almost there. Nuke. The nuke was a success. Nuke Frankfurt. Another one. Boom. Off you go. Oh, this is so much easier now. The chance is just so much higher. Yeah, okay. This is just a freebie now. Oh, I can just fire them all off at the same time. Oh, my goodness. Doomsday has arrived. Preparing 100% chance. Boom. And the next one. Prepared. And engage. Gonna fire it. Oh, I didn't hit auto. Never mind. There's where it went wrong there. And then another one. Boom. And then another one. It's insane to think that these nukes just seem like nothing, right? When 2 of these hit Japan, right? What impact does it make? It's making them lose an insane amount of war support. And then you're losing a bit of stability off the back of it because you're losing the war support. But the stability is so unbelievably high, it's making no impact whatsoever. So the stability is just high as it's ever been. Like nothing making any difference anyway. So can we load up another one? We can. Fire it off into Berlin. No, we're lacking a nuke for that. It doesn't look like they've scaled back the amount of nukes that you get. But we're building a bunch more anyway, so... Cover the map. Anywhere it shows green on the map, I'm going to build a nuclear reactor. Be kind of cool on the map it showed where the last nukes landed. I know these ones indicate the ones that landed just before. It'd be kind of cool if it kept a record of every time where you nuked. Yeah, I know, it's just easy to keep track of like which ones have got nuclear fallout and which ones have not. Hang on. Oh, there we go. State map mode, and you can actually see it now. And another one goes here. Zoom. Boom. States map mode. We do one into Alsace-Lorraine. Sorry, French people, but unfortunately, we have to end this war. This is the worst war in the world. I'm making it a lot worse. Yeah, I'm making this a lot worse. I was thinking to myself, like, is there any way that this could have been made better? Nope. There is a nuclear rocket site in Malta, but I can't actually see it. Yeah, I built the first level of it, but I can't see it. Can anyone see where the rocket actually is? Paradox is like, well, people don't usually build rocket test sites. So when you build them, you don't even know where they're going to be. Okay, let's reload the save game and see if the rocket site is going to appear. Nope, I reloaded. I don't think it actually exists. Okay, let's build one in North Africa then. Boom. The green granite. I want to say granite. Am I saying that right? Well, this is the thermonuclear bomb. So now, if you look really closely at the top, I'll zoom in. You can see we're producing nukes from 24 reactors. The next nuclear bomb will be produced in 6 days. And eventually we'll stop making nuclear bombs and make thermonuclear bombs because they're like 3 or 4 times more devastating. I think the initial impact on when these nukes land is the same. However, the fallout is significantly higher. Maybe the reactors that I built were all making thermonuclears, but I didn't have the research for that. That might explain a lot of things. Anyway, the Yorkshire project is complete, and we now can make nuclear bombs in Yorkshire. My proudest moment. Okay, we have a rocket test site here. Select the rocket. We're going to select an ICBM. Can you actually see the radius of it? No, you can't. In the past, you could just highlight it and see it. Oh, it actually hasn't loaded its way in yet. So, oh, they're 1 of 1. Oh, you can see it. Look, we can nuke halfway into America. Oh, we can't nuke Japan, though. Actually, you know what? We can nuke Nagasaki. Oh, God. Oh, God. That's so wrong on so many levels. Where was the nuke launched? Hit Nagasaki. It was launched from Libya. British Libya. The target cannot be reached. Cannot raid Japan. Missing the stockpile for the nukes. In 3 days, the nuke will be ready. I think for Japan to surrender, you have to meet the criteria. I think they've got to be lost the mainland in China and also been nuked twice. Should we try? Yeah, why not? Let's try. So this is a thermonuclear bomb. So remember, this is 4 times more devastating than the actual nuke. So this one's 90% for medium. Okay, I think that's kind of bugged as well. But anyway, let's fire away. Okay, bombs away. Has been launched. Can we see it? Can we see it across the map? Yes, we can! Oh, look at it go! Fly, my pretties. Fly by Baghdad. Is there a way you can improve the nukes? No, there's no Mayo for it either. Okay, that's cool. Oh, it's insane that, like, the distance is going to be traveled is so massive. Oh, and boom. Oh, that's my first thermonuclear bomb. Kaboom. So, what did that do? So, it did the normal thing. It damaged a massive amount of infrastructure in this said state. As you can see, the infrastructure, the airbase, the radar, the railways have all been flattened. But check this out. So this is no longer nuclear fallout. This is intense nuclear fallout. So look at the modifiers. They're all like 50, 60, 70, 80, 90% max entrenchment. And this will last for 3 years. As actually, this is 2 times or 3 times more deadly than a regular nuke. And well, it shows, doesn't it? It shows. Thermonuclear strike again. Another one. 90% chance. Let's hit Hiroshima. God, I feel actually dirty about doing this, you know, because this is historical. So, I don't know, there's a part of me deep down inside that says this is wrong. But the fictional bombs are actually kind of okay, because it's like, it's just fiction, hey, it's just make it up. But then when you're hitting the real places where nukes hit, especially when it's a nuke, it's a thermonuclear nuke as well. I don't know, it's a little bit different. It just lands a little bit differently. Is there an option here? No, I don't think there's an option. I was hoping there was an option for, like, the surrender progress of Japan, but I don't think that's here. Anyway, Japan's my next target anyway, so I'm going to move all my fleet over. And the next objective is going to be to... Oh, I can't even surround Japan because I've not got the distance on that. I'd have to do a naval invasion. Okay, we'll stay here for the time being. If you're thinking about doing actual damage to the country as a whole, you know what the thing you want to do, particularly if it's an island nation, you kind of want to nuke the big ports, don't you? So Nagasaki is a big port. Is it? A 6th port? No, the Hiroshima is the big one, actually. The level 10 port, and then kaboom. I suppose what I could do is if I want the nuke to travel less duration, I could build one in Ceylon, Sri Lanka. Okay, I actually just found where the nuclear site was. It's behind the airport. Oh, man. I love this game. Okay, this is where we play nuclear free-for-all, right? I'll admit I like the rockets, actually. The rockets make life a lot easier. It does cost 20 command power to plan one of these raids. I've got so much command power, it's not a big deal. If you want more command power, they have changed how the high command works. So now you gain command power based on who you hire in the high command. In this case, an amphibious guy, because he's a genius, has plus 30, where an expert's 20 and 10 for a specialist. Look at all the arrows. Look at all the lines. This is where we're going to be striking. And the first one hits Berlin. Next one hits Munich. Next. Who's next? The ones in the north are rocket strikes, and the ones in the south are bombings. Okay, the Salzburg one only has a low chance of success. So the rockets are the real ones, aren't they? I don't need to be firing from planes anymore. I'll fire them anyway, but the chance of success is super low, so it's kind of pointless. Oh, we got 1, we got 2, we got 3. Oh, it looked like it missed. Oh, it missed. Oh, that's actually really cool. Did I actually aim for that? I can't remember. No, I aimed for this one and it hit here. Oh, that's so cool. If you think about it, when a bombing strike, that's what's going to happen, isn't it? They're going to hit the wrong targets every now and then. I'm going to look at Germany. Oh, no. Never mind Fallout 4. We got Fallout 5. And kaboom. The percent chance is so unbelievably high. I'm like, it feels a lot easier and less tense, you know? I really care about my bombers, guys. I really do. Not so much the people on the ground, but I care about the bombers. Remember, this is all fictional, guys. Remember, Germany was not nuked. I am not trying to mock any of the survivors of said bombing nuclear strikes in Germany, because there were none of them. Boom. Kaboom. Okay, my objective is to completely surround all of Germany in Fallout, producing 1 nuke every week now. So damage we can do is pretty big. So I suppose the real challenge here now is to actually see if the nukes we're landing right now are actually having a meaningful impact, aren't they? Let's have a look at Germany's intel. So right now they have 108 factories that are damaged of a total of 619. Now a lot of those might not even be local to them. They might be abroad. But I think it's insane the fact they've got 100% stability and they've been nuked like 20, 30 times. Now that is some German resilience. Just get on with your day, you know what I mean? Just get on with it. Like the London mentality, you know? And kaboom, and kaboom. Oh, I think I had my first failed nuclear strike. No, I didn't know it hit. It just didn't explode. The Hamburg one just did not light up. I do like the fact that it's actually more ambient and more visible, the nuclear strikes now, so it actually feels like they're actually having an actual proper impact. It does feel like the rockets, though, that are so strong, there's not really much that affects their ability to land. Of course, I've got spies on the ground, so they're making a somewhat of an impact. Kind of feel sorry for my spies now, like on the ground giving me intel about these nukes. What's the story on the ground? It's very hot. It's the walls are melting. Kaboom. That's it. I think I've covered all the core states now. Oh wait, no, there's a few in the south as well. Nuclear strike. Another one. We have this very, very small state here next to Liechtenstein. Unfortunately, I'm going to be nuking Liechtenstein. I'm sorry, my one Liechtensteinian viewer. It's the very first time you've actually had any kind of airtime on my channel. Unfortunately, it is involving a nuclear strike. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, we're producing about 2 nukes per week now. So it is making an impact how many nuclear reactors we've got. I imagine if you're America, you can have a massive jump start. Austria in the south thought you were safe in the Alps, didn't you? Also you? Also right on the border? No, you thought you were safe? No, you weren't. This is probably the best way of actually seeing where your nukes are actually landing. Oh, Luxembourg, that's a core of Germany. You thought you'd get away with it, didn't you? Oh, I forgot about this part in the south of Denmark. South of Denmark. Ah, you mean Germany, right? So the nukes are one thing. They just feel like the chance of nukes landing if they're from a bomber are quite low and kind of unpredictable. But the rocket ones are just so consistent. Boom. Okay, we've reached the point now. Some of the nukes are unnuking locations because the fallout's run out. Then we must continue with another nuke, and then another nuke, and then another one. It's kind of sad. Oh, actually, no, stop. Stability is actually dropping now, and the war support is incredibly low. So they might actually be getting strikes, if strikes are even a thing anymore. I've not seen one of them in ages. 100% consumer goods factor has been reached. Their consumer goods now is 0, so they're not even going to be able to repair the land that they've got. So the factories that are damaged are permanently damaged. Okay, so they have 165 damaged factories of our 616, but most of those may be abroad. It doesn't actually say which ones are local and which ones are in core states and which ones aren't. I just want to say, for the record, my German viewers who are watching this, I do love you still. Okay, this is not me projecting anger onto you in any way, shape, or form. I still love you. Okay, I do not have a soft spot or any kind of anger towards any cultures, or peoples, or religions. Okay, my nuclear strikes are completely digital. Okay, there's also a state here, a very, very narrow one. Austria, you thought you'd get away, didn't you? I don't think so. Okay, we're going to do a thing where we build ports now, entirety of Australia. Then we annex Australia, and then we build nuclear reactors inside of them. Oh no, Iran! Iran! You're taking away my nukes! That's really upsetting me. Okay, you guys are going to have to go over here now. Convert to my big division. Okay. There you go. All German core states have been nuked. Is there any I've missed? I don't think so. I think that's all of them. Even some of the new smaller ones they've had in Austria. The funny one is actually Vienna. I've actually nuked twice. It's got 2 nukes. It's got the intense nuclear fallout and regular nuclear fallout. So it's been double striked with 2 nukes of 2 different kinds. Oh wait, I missed one. Oh no! Oh wait, no, I've got it. No, it has been nuked. This is all of them. Yeah, there aren't any more core states. This is it. Okay, I don't usually do this, but I kind of want to see how much damage I've actually done. And this doesn't give me a very good breakdown. Okay, oh, we're almost halfway on the amount of factories damaged. So we are having a meaningful impact, but man, it's very click intensive, and I'm getting a bit of click fatigue from this. It doesn't seem to be making much of a difference on the eastern front, though. The Germans are still dominating. We managed to get the stability down to about 80% now. It's all the way back up to 100%. I don't really feel I made much of an impact. Yeah. The deadliest weapon of World War II. And it didn't seem to make much of an impact. I mean, from a multiplayer standpoint, this is kind of balanced, I guess. You could still kind of play the game in this state. But, man, from a single player perspective, my goodness. It's like bombing them to oblivion, and it's not really doing that much. A massive twist of fate. Not only did we take out Iran and Iraq, we're also taking out the Republic of Ireland. The Irish did not see it coming. Okay, well, Italy always being the one that causes Germany problems, and today is no exception. Rockets in the east. Oh, America has taken Okinawa. In that case, can we build a rocket site there? No, because America's not invented rockets yet. Okay, great, America. Meanwhile, rockets away. That is a capitulated Soviet Union, and for some reason I'm in this peace conference. Why? Did they declare war on us? I think they did. Wow. So the east went very well for Germany. The west, not so much. Okay, there's something coming for Japan, and it's not pretty. White line becomes red line, becomes boom. And boom, and boom, boom. Oh dear. Play the same game again. Nuke until every area has fallout. Which is easy to do because there's less states. A lot of them are less big in size as well. Dave, why do you hate Japan so much? I don't. We just gotta end this war. It's so terrible. I'm not making it any better though. Kaboom, kaboom. Argentina requests ownership of the South Atlantic Islands if you pay for them. And there's no response. I guess you didn't want them that badly if you didn't want to buy them, right? Dave, have you played that Fallout game? Yes, I have. Look, this is it. I'm gonna nuke Hong Kong because why not, right? Probably my embarrassment, the fact that I forgot to defend it. Oops. Nuke Singapore because I failed to defend it. There'll be no investigation on why it fell to the Japanese. There'll be nothing left. The Axle Jet Engine gives access to the Axle Jet Engine. Still does the same bonuses as before. It just adds a little bit of agility. I wonder if the supersonic jet is the one that kind of has the best stats. The jet ones are here, and it does give that 5% agility. So that was the downside of the jets. The regular engines had more thrust to them, but then you gain a little bit of agility for the jet ones. It kind of felt like a lot of the time late game, it wasn't really that advantageous to go for the jets other than just role play. Do we say one final goodbye to Germany with a big juicy nuke on their capital? Boom. Oh, hang on. That nuke never even landed. Oh dear. But what have I done? Do you know what? I'm gonna let the AI do this peace conference. Big regrets incoming. In the past with peace conferences, you just pressed the button and you knew if you were going to get that land or not based on how much score you got. Going back and forth and like accepting demands and confirming demands is quite tedious. So I just kind of want to get out of there as soon as I can. And there you go. I did create a British occupied Germany. And the rest of it's the German Reich. Hey, look who's in charge. The guy who never loses stability even when he's nuked a bajillion times. Is there still some nuclear fallout? Yes, there is. For many generations to come. God, that's dark. Okay, let's check out the intel for Japan. We'll drop the spies everywhere. These are all German spies, by the way. I think that'd be a little bit sussy all of a sudden, just a massive amount of German spies just pop up inside of Japan, right? And the result is we have done... Oh, okay, half of the factories. Okay, it actually feels like a meaningful impact. And then the war support and stability, 37%, 8%. Okay, the nukes really did make a difference for Japan. But for everyone else, like... I think they've got like a minimum amount of stability they can lose. Can't go below 100. Ah, okay. Well, that explains a lot. Oh, well, that's new. We're planning a naval invasion and we're actually gaining planning bonus. Ooh, okay. Well, that's actually really, really cool. That's a very... It kind of made sense in a way, didn't it? Like, why didn't you get planning bonus for, like, planning a naval invasion? But now you actually do. Oh, wow. That's really, really, really cool. All right, let's merge up the fleet. Let's do naval invasion, naval support. And can we do our naval invasion? Can it be done? All right, we're in position. 157 days. Off we go. And with planning bonus. So that is a big buff to the left path, the assault path, because this gives an extra 10%, extra 20%, an extra 20% down this path. But this path doesn't give any maximum planning, so you can potentially gain an extra 20% extra maximum attack in day and night, where this is just night. It's debatable, actually. Both of those are pretty good. Depends on what you think is better. Oh my god, hello. 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 Guess who's arrived? It's me. I've arrived. And now we've got massive attack bonuses now too, because their defense has been destroyed based on that penalty there to their defense. 25, 50%, and also speed and also entrenchment. Basically, it just makes invading these areas now piece of peace. Very easy. All I need is the Air Force to come along now. Come on, guys, where are you? Come on. Come on. Planes, move over. Help me out. Romania demands a guarantee. Okay, now at this point, I know you guys are probably screaming like, what's the casualties, Dave? I mean, I took like 700,000. Japan took 7.5 million. Okay, this was worth looking at, actually. Sometimes it's kind of pointless. It's kind of like, well, nukes don't really add up to a casualty count. It's only actual losses in divisions that make a difference. It's a bit more difficult now to nuke a division. Can I actually try and nuke a division to see what happens? I've not actually tried this before, so I'm actually genuinely curious. So let's nuke these 5 divisions. The issue is this takes 14 days to arrive, so it's a little bit more difficult, because this was the most effective use of nukes in the olden days, nuking actual divisions, because it removed half their strength and half their org, so you could kind of like wipe them and knock them back completely. Now that's become a lot more difficult due to it taking so long to prepare. I suppose you could push them back, prepare it, then push them back to where you want them to be and then nuke them, I guess. Anyway, we're going to nuke this area. We've got 8 divisions here. 8 divisions. I've inflicted 1 million casualties. So how much is nuke going to damage them by? Where's the nuke? Where is it? Boom! The nuke has landed. Oh, it's destroyed more than half. If I look really close, it's hard to see. But we're now to about 20%. So it's done more than half damage. More than half than it was before. Half the half the half. Maths is not my strong point. And that results in 1.1. So that was 100,000 was lost in that nuclear blast. Wow. Okay. Now we do the right-click victory now. Is there we got an Air Force to help us out here yet? Nope. The planes have decided not to arrive. Reactivate their plans. Oh, they're coming now. Some of them are. Oh, I think the nuclear blast actually hurt my troops. Yeah, it did. So there's a blast radius now. Wow. That actually makes them even less useful, because you can't technically nuke divisions now, tactically nuke. One of the good old faithful endgame strategies was to just like blanket nuke a whole area. And one issue we've run into now is that we're mass repairing stuff that we've damaged in our own nukes. Oh, and they're capped. And the new Mongol Empire is the new leader of this faction. Why? Why? That makes no sense. Okay. Well, we learned. Spy planes. They're not very good. They need like a massive buff to their air defense to be useful. Maybe I didn't make them right. Maybe I focused too much on making them expensive. Maybe make them cheap. I don't know. Regular nukes are about hit and miss. They do devastating damage when they land, but just the chance of missing is just kind of annoying. The rocket nukes are amazing. Obviously amazing. Fire across halfway across the planet. Have a 99% chance of landing. Awesome. Only downside is that I do think nukes seem a little bit underpowered. It feels like when a country has a maximum cap of stability, they never want to go below that said stability. It just becomes very, very difficult. If you want the best deal of Gotterdammerung, which is this DLC you've seen here right now, please click the link in the description below. I'll give you a link to the game, and you can buy it on Paradox's platform, and you can add it within Steam. So you're still using it all within Steam. Guys, the name's on screen right now. You guys are absolute heroes. I love you, and thanks for continuing to support me. You're the best.